Let me tell you something nobody at your bank, your school, or your job will ever say out loud. You are not middle class. You are a profit center. That savings account you're proud of? It funds someone else's empire. That mortgage you fought to qualify for? It's a 30-year contract to feed an institution. That career you grinded for? Built to keep you exactly productive enough to never escape. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. In a 2026 report, 49% of American workers said they believe their wages will never catch up to the cost of living. Not someday, never. That is not bad luck. That is not a personal failure. That is the system working exactly as designed. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the 4 mechanisms quietly turning your hard work into someone else's wealth. And by the end, you'll know exactly how to flip the script. Let's go. Section 1. The savings account illusion. Here's the first trap. The one almost everyone falls into. You were taught to save money. Good habit, right? Responsible, smart, adult. So you opened a savings account. Maybe it earns 0.5%, maybe 1% on a good day. And you watched that balance slowly climb. Here is what nobody told you. Your bank takes your money, lends it out at 7%, sometimes 10, sometimes 20 on a credit card, and pays you but almost nothing. You are not a customer, you are the raw material. Last year, inflation ate around 3% of your purchasing power. Your savings account paid you 1. Do the math. You lost 2% of everything you saved just by being responsible. Think about that for a second. The harder you save, the more you lose. The system rewards spending and punishes saving. But only for you, the bank. They saved your money at 7% margin. They got rich, you got poorer. This is why your parents' advice doesn't work anymore. It's not because they were wrong back then, it's because the rules quietly changed. And nobody sent you the memo. The fix is simple, but it requires courage. Stop hoarding cash you don't need. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses for emergencies. Everything else, it needs to be working, earning, compounding, because money sitting still is money slowly dying. Section 2, the mortgage myth. Now let me hit you with the second one. And this one hurts. You were told buying a house is the smart move, the grown-up move. Renting is throwing money away. Right? Here is what your real estate agent will never tell you. In the first 5 years of a 30-year mortgage, around 80% of every payment you make goes to interest. 80%. You're not building wealth. You're paying the bank for permission to live in your own home. A $400,000 mortgage at 7%. You'll pay almost $560,000 in interest alone over the life of that loan. That's more than the house. You buy the house twice. Once for you, once for the bank. But the trap goes deeper. Your home generates zero cash flow. It doesn't pay you, it charges you. Property tax, insurance, maintenance, a new roof every 15 years, a new HVAC, a new water heater. Every single month, your asset is taking money out of your pocket. A real asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes it out. By that definition, your primary home is not an asset. It's a comfortable, beautiful liability. I'm not saying don't buy a house. I'm saying stop treating it like an investment. It's shelter, it's lifestyle, it's emotional security, all valid. But if you want wealth, your house cannot be your only plan. The wealthy own homes too, but they also own things that pay them: stocks, rentals, businesses, index funds. And what I'm about to show you in Section 3 is where most people completely get this wrong. Section 3, the salary cage. Here is the third mechanism, and this one is the deepest cut. You trade your time for a paycheck. 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 if you're trying to climb. But here's the math, nobody runs for you. Across your lifetime, you'll work around 90,000 hours. 90,000. And at the end of it, the average American retires with under $100,000 saved. That's about $1 in savings for every hour worked. $1 per hour of your one and only life. Why? Because a salary has a built-in ceiling, and you don't control it. Your boss does. The market does. HR does. Even if you crush every quarter, the raise is 3%. Inflation? 4. You went backwards while working harder. Welcome to wage stagnation, the polite name for a system designed to keep you exactly where you are. And here's the cruelest part. The more skilled you become, the more dependent you are on that one paycheck. You optimized yourself for a cage with a nice view. The wealthy don't work for money. They build things that work for them. A rental property that pays rent while they sleep, a business that runs without them touching it, a portfolio of stocks that pays dividends every single quarter. They're not better than you. They just stopped trading hours for dollars and started trading systems for income. The shift is mental before it's financial. Until you decide you are not your job title, you will keep optimizing the cage instead of escaping it. Section 4. The lifestyle lock. Here's the fourth trap, the quietest one, the one that gets even people who should know better. Lifestyle creep. You got the raise. Beautiful. Then you got a slightly nicer apartment, slightly nicer car, slightly nicer phone, slightly nicer vacation. Each upgrade felt earned, felt deserved. And it was. But every upgrade quietly raised your monthly survival number. The cost of just being you went up. Now you make more than you ever have, and you're more trapped than you've ever been, because quitting the job, taking the risk, betting on yourself, all of that just got more expensive. The golden handcuffs are not a metaphor. They're a monthly bill. This is exactly why high earners go broke. They confuse income with wealth. They are not the same thing. Income is what comes in. Wealth is what's left when you stop working. Big difference. The rich live below their means on purpose, even when they don't have to. Not because they're cheap, because every dollar they don't spend on lifestyle is a dollar that buys them freedom, a dollar that buys an asset, a dollar that fires their boss for them, one paycheck at a time. Want to know if you're winning? Calculate this. How many months could you survive if your income stopped tomorrow? If the answer is not many, your lifestyle owns you. You don't own it. So let's bring it home. You were never the customer. You were the product. Your savings funded their loans. Your mortgage funded their interest. Your salary funded their margins. Your lifestyle funded their growth. But here is the beautiful part. The part nobody tells you. The moment you see the system, you stop being the product. You become the player. Start small. Move 3 things this week. 1. Open a high-yield account so your cash stops bleeding. 2. Open an investment account and buy your first share of an index fund, even if it's $20. 3. Cut one lifestyle expense that secretly owns you. 3 moves. This week, not someday, this week. You don't need to be rich to start. You need to start to become rich. Every wealthy person you've ever heard of started with the same exact thing you have right now. A decision. The middle class isn't a destination, it's a holding pattern, and you were never meant to circle the airport forever. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're done being a profit center. I read every single one. And I'll see you in the next video.